What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Battered Mechanic, Episode 1. I'm your host, Erik Bentley. I am the owner of Florida High Performance, and if you've stumbled upon this podcast episode, you've probably seen some of our other content on this channel. Thank you for being here. Be sure to subscribe if you like what I have to say, if you're looking forward to future episodes and you like the content we've already put out. It's a great opportunity to subscribe, turn the notifications on. That way, when we put out fresh content, whether it be these podcast episodes or one of the vehicle features that we frequently put out, you'll be notified, you'll know about it. Why subscribe to the channel? Well, it's simple. It helps us grow, right? We're not paid for this. This isn't some sort of big crazy podcast. This is just a guy that owns a shop that's going to speak the truth about the industry, that's going to talk shit about the industry, that's going to, the good, the bad, the ugly. Why am I doing this? Well, quite frankly, there's really nobody else doing it that I'm aware of. There's no other shop owners that I know of that are going to sit down like this in front of a camera and tell you how it is. And, especially you guys out there that maybe own a shop or work for a shop or you want to get into the car business, it's nice to have somebody who, shares their experiences and maybe relates to those types of things that you're going through. So guys, like I said, support the channel. We appreciate that very much. Now, what is the Battered Mechanic? Well, what does that mean? It means exactly what it sounds like. This is not an easy business to be in. If you're in it, you know what I'm talking about. Battered Mechanic, it beats you up. I've been in this business over 20 years at every level, from sweeping floors to managing now Florida High Performance that's doing well. And it knocks the shit out of you, man. It really does. It beats you up. It's long, hard days. Like I said, there's tons of ups and downs to it. So I thought that was a creative name. No matter how much it beats you up, no matter how much it keeps, kicking you in the balls, you keep coming back, right? Just, like a battered mechanic would. So that's who we are. Who am I? Again, I am a shop owner. I've been at every level, been doing this a long time. I remember when I started out in this business a long time ago in a little warehouse bay down in Pompano Beach, Florida. There was nothing like this. Social media was barely out, or like barely existed, maybe MySpace. There certainly wasn't anybody sitting in front of a camera, in front of a mic, talking about, hey, these are the things you should be doing. Hey, you probably shouldn't do that. Hey, the car business sucks. Maybe you should go do something else. There was none of that. We either had people who did it before us, the old timers sharing their experiences, or maybe a mom or a dad or a brother was in the business or something like that. But there certainly wasn't anybody on the outside that I could go talk to or listen to that would give me some sort of reassurance or guidance, right? My parents tried their best, but my mom and dad are not in the car business. I'm first generation shop owner. So, this far into this business, I sort of think about, why am I here? What am I doing? What am I going to get out of this? Yes, working on cars is cool. Yes, getting paid to work on cars is great. But I feel like I might have a bigger purpose. I like to educate people. If you're one of my customers or friends, you know that I like to explain things in great detail. If you come to the shop and we're going to do a build, by the time you're done with the build, you're going to know everything there is to know about the car and how it works. And that's just sort of the type of person I am. I like to share things. There's no ego. There's no secrets. I like to just be out there. What you see is what you get. Well, that's sort of what this podcast is going to be. I have a lot to share. I have a lot of experiences, again, good and bad. You may not agree with everything I have to say, or you may hear me and say, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's full of shit. And that may be, and that's okay. I welcome you to comment below, and we'll talk about that in a little bit as far as comments go, and responding to your comments. We'll actually have future episodes where we do like a Q&A where you can chime in and say, hey, I think you're an idiot. Here's why. This is my experience. And I'll say, yeah, that's fine, no problem, or whatever it's going to be. So we'll do that as well. So future episodes are going to include things like interviews with other shop owners and employees. This is also for the employees out there, right? It's not just for the guys that own the shop, it's for guys who work in the business. And I've been there too. But you'll have an opportunity to ask me questions and I'll respond to them. We will have guests on the show. I certainly expect to have other shop owners on the show, both here live and, via, whatever, computers or however we're going to do it. As far as the show goes, we're going to try to keep it short and sweet. I'm not going to talk for an hour and a half and ramble on about my experiences. They're going to get to the point. Typically, every show is going to have some sort of structure to it, whether it's me giving you advice or me sharing an experience with you, or, again, taking questions from viewers and comments and responding to those. There's a problem in this business. There's some sort of, for some reason, there's this disconnect between shop owners and the rest of the world where we sort of keep everything inside. We sometimes, or from shop owner to shop owner, we don't share we don't share information with one another. It's like we're at war with one another. Like we have some sort of special, information that we can't share with other people. And that might be true on a level of like, maybe a product that you've invented or things like that, intellectual property. What I'm talking about is just guys sitting down like this and just telling their story. We don't do enough of that. There's none of that. In fact, most of the shop owners that I know, I've never even spoke to them. And when you do connect with them, or you connect with guys that are in the business, we all have the same stories. So the purpose of this podcast and the reason that I am here and the reason that this is happening is to expose, again, the highs and the lows of being in this business, whether you're an owner or an employee. It's to give you some experiences and share some wisdom with you that hopefully will make your business a little better or help you grow or whatever the case is. And again, to just not hold back. All right. So what you see is what you get. This is going to be me. It's going to be real. This isn't one of my features where, it's all, edited 3, 4, 5 times. We're just going to get through it. Why am I doing the podcast? Well, I sort of just already answered that question, but I'll tell you what happened. About 2 months ago, I was in Georgia, and long story short, I was moving some heavy timber around after a storm, and I tore my bicep tendon. Yeah. So I kind of asked myself, why did this happen? I always try to see the positive in things, and you should too, and we'll talk more about that in a future episode. But I think it was just some higher power telling me, hey, man, you're 39 years old. You've been doing this a long time. You need to slow down a little bit. You need to take care of your body. So part of that process of the last few months actually involved listening to podcasts. I had never listened to a podcast in my life. I could care less about who was talking about what and influencers and all. That's not my style. I didn't care. It didn't matter. I knew everything, and everybody else, can pound it. Well, I started listening to, entrepreneurial podcasts and motivational podcasts, guys like Ed Milet and Bedros Keuilian and some of the other guys. And you start listening to these guys talk. And although what they're talking about isn't really, anything that I didn't already know, it was sort of nice to hear somebody, share their experiences that I connected with. And I found a tremendous amount of value in that. And it sort of helped me kind of realign my thought process and the way I did my business and the way I run the shop and things like that. So I felt like maybe I could do the same thing on the automotive level. This isn't really an entrepreneurial podcast. This is more of, hey, I'm a shop owner and this is what, I experience, and this is what I think you should be doing to help grow your business, grow your shop, put out better product, or whatever the case is. So I sort of had that aha moment, and that's what led to this. Name it. I've experienced it. I've been there. I've done that. I've closed businesses. I've closed shops. I've started shops. I've been sued. I've lost employees. I've hired employees. I've lost customers. I've lost money. We've had engine failures. We've had car fires. We've been through natural disasters. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Again, full transparency in this podcast. Okay, I'm going to tell you stuff. You might be like, oh, this guy's crazy, an idiot. Well, I'd never bring my car to that guy. That's fine. The purpose of this is to be real. And again, I have a strong feeling people out there watching this that are going to connect to this are going to share those experiences. They're going to have those same experiences. And it's going to be nice to hear it from somebody else. It's not a perfect industry. It's actually pretty fucked up, to be honest with you. And I'm going to talk about that. I want to offer suggestions and insight. That's where the comments, the questions, and things like that are going to come in. So, if I'm talking about something and you're not sure either what I'm referring to or you need more information, comment. I will read the comments. I will answer the comments the best I can. I want to hear from you guys. I want to get your opinion on things. Maybe you think I'm full of shit. Maybe you think I'm wrong, whatever the case is. So, guys, that's the Battered Mechanic. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I hope that on some level I can connect with the viewers out there. I hope that at the end of the day you watch this podcast and you get something out of it. And again, everything I say you don't necessarily have to take to heart, but you're going to hear me say one of my sayings I have at the shop: never easy, always hard. Well, what the hell does that mean? Never easy, always hard. That's sort of a negative way to maybe approach things. It's not actually. It means multiple things. It's actually the opposite. It's a positive saying. And when I say it, I'm not necessarily talking about a singular reference. What I'm talking about is life in general, right? You should always take the path of most resistance. That's my belief. Don't take the easy road, take the hard road. Don't take the low road, take the high road. It should not be easy. It should always be hard. All right. That's not to say that you can't relax. That's not to say you can't enjoy your accomplishments, things like that. But especially as it relates to the automotive business, always take the hard road. Always do what's hard. You know, if something is more difficult than maybe another path, take the more difficult path. It should always be hard, right? Never easy. So that's a saying that I'll say very often, and it sort of applies to the stories that I'm going to share. As far as, you know, future episodes go, we've got one planned where I'll talk about mistakes that new shop owners make. I'm going to talk about things that current shop owners should be focusing on to improve operations and to improve the bottom line. Again, I will also approach things from a standpoint of employees. So it's not only from a shop owner, but maybe you work for a dickhead, or maybe you work for a really great guy and you're trying to advance as a mechanic. You're trying to improve your skills. You're trying to be a more desirable technician, maybe start your own shop, whatever the case. So I'm going to hit it from all angles. So guys, this is going to wrap up episode 1. Episode 1 is an introductory episode. It's quick. It's to the point. It lets you know why I'm here, what we're all about, what the Battered Mechanic stands for. Certainly comment below. Give me some ideas for future episodes if you'd like. We're going to put out another 2 or 3 episodes after this where we talk more about the business end of things. And again, I hope you find value in it. Again, subscribe to the channel. That's a big one. I've said that before. Turn the notifications on. Like the episode. And comment, guys. Contact me. You can contact me through my website. You can call the shop. I'm available. I'm a real guy. You can go to FLHighperformance.com. You can contact me there. So, again, looking forward to sharing my experiences, wisdom, knowledge, stories, good and bad. I hope you guys enjoy this first episode and look forward to episode 2, 3, and beyond. And again, guys, remember, never easy, always hard. See you on the next episode.